What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Doc Holiday. We back. We back with another HBCU tonight. A little special edition for today. Um, but as always, make sure that you like stream. Make sure that you comment, share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Get everything that you need. Get everything that you want. And get everything that you have. That's HBCU Overdrive. So what I'm about to do is always, we're going to go through this thing. And as always, man, we're going to go through this thing like we go through church. So get these announcements ready for everybody. But how's everybody doing today? Got my bro Antonio up here, man. What's going on? What's happening? Anybody else that's up here right now, just let me know. Just let me know what's going on with you. Let me know what's up. Let me know what's up. Make sure everything's good. We got 13 people in the house right now. Make sure that make sure we get everything settled straight. Make sure we get everything straight, settled. Everybody know that we on right now. But I hope everybody having a good weekend. I hope everybody's having a blessed Sunday. It's been a minute since I did a Sunday show, but early in the afternoon, mid-afternoon to be exact. But man, I hope everybody is having a great day today. On the basketball, on college basketball tip, man. Shout out to the Jackson State men's going down to third ward and going down to the third ward to take on the University of Houston. Yesterday, put up a valiant effort. And but they didn't get a chance to go through. Try to get the victory, but like I said, it was a valiant effort when of them playing. I think Jackson State's women had a tough loss yesterday. Also, shout out to Coach Thornton over at UAPB. Her basketball team went to play Arkansas. Went to go play Arkansas. So just so everybody know. I know it's Saturday, it's Sunday, so everybody's getting everybody getting they NFL fix. So I was doing the same thing too, other than being sleep on the couch, taking a nap and stuff. So pretty much that's the reason why I'm kind of tardy, but kind of tardy to the party. But anyway, let's get into these things right here. Let's get into it. Get my full screen layout. All right, make sure you become a subscriber on the YouTube channel. All you gotta do is just hit the subscribe button if you are in the chat, or just following, just looking for some content to watch out for. Just hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, and also if you can, You can hit me on all social media platforms at HBCU underscore overdrive on Instagram and Twitter. And you can also follow me on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. So you can catch me on there. We are 2 subscribers away from 2,000, y'all. We are only 2 subscribers away from 2,000. Let's get those 2 subscribers up in here and show them some love and show them how we do it over here in the Overdrive family. But also, we try to get some more memberships, exclusive memberships up too. Shout out for everybody that's becoming a member of the hottest platform that's out there right now, covering HBCU sports, covering the diaspora, covering the culture, covering anything that has something to do with HBCUs. Become an exclusive family member. I just let everybody know what we all about. We're here to uplift. We're not here to downgrade. We're not here to tear down. We're not here to do any of that. We are only here to uplift our people, uplift our institutions. Our institutions are the longest Black owned companies, corporations that's here in the United States. So let's continue to uplift those. And if you wanted to uplift those, the institutions, you want to show love to the platform and let them know that you are here to show love to your institution, rival or not, become an exclusive member. That's all it is. And when you become an exclusive member, this goes towards all the perks for the channel. It goes towards the travel. It goes towards maintenance of the platform. It goes towards equipment. It goes towards any initiative that we put out there. It doesn't go towards the pocket. It doesn't benefit me at any kind, at any time. It only benefits towards this channel, and that's the way we want to keep it right there. We want to keep it right there. So also, if you want to make sure you want to send a donation, just want to send a donation through Cash App, you can hit the Cash App HBCU Overdrive. You can also hit the PayPal, David Smith 1925. You can also hit the Zelle, davidesmith30@gmail.com. And if you don't want to do all that, you can always send a donation through the chat, through the super chat. Like I said, we do collect everything. It goes towards the channel, doesn't go towards the pocket. So we got some stuff going on as far as when basketball season ready to come around. And also, it is still Sagittarius season. So it's still Sagittarius season. So if you're a Sagittarius, and if your birthday is coming up anytime soon, hit your boy up, let him know, give you a shout out for your birthday coming up. All right. But just give a shout out going on for your birthday. And we'll throw a big old party right here on live, right here, when you do, when you tell us when your birthday is. So to let everybody know now, got a new sponsorship, got a new sponsor, y'all. We moving on up in the world. All right, got a new sponsor. So let me go ahead and get y'all who I'm about to talk about right now. This is a new sponsor right here, brought to you by Merch Sports. Go to shopmerchsports.com. Go ahead and check out the collection. the new collection that they have, the Black College Football Fan Club collection. So it's basically to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of Black college football. And basically, as you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. So if you see, we got right here, we got the Black College Football Club t-shirts. We got the Black College Football Club fan club hoodies. If you go check it out, check out the merchandise on the website at shopmerchsports.com. Got a lot of different things out there. And especially for you Rattlers that's going out to Atlanta for the Celebration Bowl, pick up your shirt back to brag on the on shopmerchsports.com. All right. Go to shopmerchsports.com to get all your hoodies and t-shirts and your FAMU gear, where merch for the sports is merch for the sports enthusiasts. Shopmerchsports.com. And I want to give a shout out to my guy, man, Merch Pack, for sending me the merchandise that he got. They sent me right here. So I'm in fact, when I get off of here, bro, I'm gonna make an actual commercial, and that way we get it all out the way. But you know what I'm saying? You send me this shirt right here. Football is my favorite season. You know, you got all the other seasons marked out: winter, spring, summer, fall. It's like me here in Texas. Football is my favorite season. Football don't end where I'm at right here. What's going on, Jen? Also, like I said, I got the hoodie on. He sent me a hoodie, 2X hoodie. Comfortable, y'all. Comfortable. Very unique. Got a lot of designs on it. Got this with the patch on the right shoulder, the right upper arm. Just feels comfortable. Went out there. I stepped out earlier today. I know it's been cold here in Texas, in Dallas. Cold front came through. Put on this hoodie. It just feels so warm. So make sure y'all go check out shopmerchsports.com. Get your hoodies. For all you family rattlers that are going to the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta, get your back-to-back brag shirts for the game. Hopefully, and I'm gonna get with my guy. He'll probably get some more. I know he'll probably have some more stuff, and I might have to get with him so we can get some things as far as with the channel too. But man, y'all make sure y'all check them out. And it's black owned, so y'all already know how I feel about black owned. Y'all already know how I feel about black owned business. Frequent it, go to it. This is the way. This is ours. That's his right there, but he put it out there for us. So go out there and check it out. So I'm gonna tell Merch, man, appreciate you. I'm gonna get this actual commercial, so you got that way. I don't do too much talking on here. But also it did come with it also came with a hat pin. Is Black College Football Fan Club, HBCU, in the middle of it. I like it. I like it. Love it, bro. Love it, man. You're gonna work, man. Let's work, bro. Let's work. That's how I do it. That's how we see. But appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for letting me for blessing me with this and letting me be your sponsor. And getting the word out for your merchandise, y'all. And also remember, this is the same man that works with Ken and Zoe when he did the standard hoodies, which was fire. I need to give me a hoodie for that. And the the Blue Blossom Classic T-shirts. Remember those right there? My guy Merch Pack is the one that actually made those for all of us Jackson State folks. So y'all give him thanks right there. Give him thanks. But we gonna continue to work, man. We gonna continue to work. But I want to get down. I want to get down to business, y'all. I want to get down to business. Um, I want to get down to business, and so I was at work yesterday, y'all. I was at work, so I didn't get the full gist of the whole situation because I didn't watch the game all the way through. But I was at work, y'all, and my people over at HBCU Nightly, they sent the link. They sent a it was just a message. They sent it in our group chat, and so I had to look. I'm looking. I took me a break. I looked, and I'm like, okay, so I mean, and it's understandable. Like you cannot hear the words, what was going on, but you can actually kind of feel what was being said because Norfolk State had every right. The players and Coach Robert Jones, cool dude, man, laid back, cool guy, New Yorker, man. Um, they had every right to be upset. So we talking about the game between Norfolk State versus Illinois State. Their game was held in, where is that? Is it DeKalb? I think it's DeKalb, Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's DeKalb in Illinois. Normal. It's in Normal, Illinois. So it was the Spartans versus the Redbirds, and it was a very close, tight, chippy type game. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those games where it was hard fought. That Norfolk State like to bang the glass, they like to bang the boards. They get out in transition. Um, um, Coach Jones have them playing hard, gritty, grimy, but in the way that you see as a basketball purist. If you're a basketball purist, you would like to see this team play. So, in the game though, in this game, it was really can't tell. Like you really, if you watch the video, you really can't tell how this game is going. But let me pull this up. Y'all give me a minute. Let me pull this up right here. Let me. So I'm gonna play the video. So y'all give me a minute.
And another foul at the perimeter. But boy, the Spartans seem to get all the rebounds when they really need them here. And now it's going to be Thomas. He's joined with one of the fans in the first row. He's going to walk right back to the foul line.
He was, and he's hearing about it from the officials, too. He said, that's enough of that stuff. You have to give Thomas a lot of credit. He has been able time and again to draw that foul. And, you know, people don't like to hear it here at Horton Fieldhouse, but, you know, there's contact there.
Now Robert Jones wants an explanation. He's halfway out on the floor now. Redbirds want a technical foul.
So does Ryan Pete. He goes, what's going on out there?
And now the coaches are in
now Jones and Pete are screaming at each other at midcourt. Now the players are coming over. These guys on ISU's bench, well, both players have come off the bench on both sides, and that is not a good thing. That is one you don't see every day, Kurt. The two head coaches of these programs going nose to nose at midcourt.
Well, they've talked for years and years about the heated rivalries and the heated games.
So that was from yesterday. So basically, what's going on was one of the players from Norfolk State got hit. Some fans on the sideline basically called him the N-word. Basically called him out his name. And I'm gonna drop the link to jump on if anybody wants to jump on to join the conversation. So basically it came from, from players on the not players, but fans on the sideline. Jamari Thomas is the player that is being that was being heckled. So pretty much he got hit. They hit him with they hit him with the racial word. They hit him with the N-word. You know what I'm saying? It was something that we don't tolerate over here. We don't get down to it. And so Coach Jones, who's like, if you ever hear him speak about when it comes to basketball, especially in the media, he speaks so highly of his team that he speaks highly for his team that he does anything and everything to protect his players, in which any coach is supposed to do. Any coach is supposed to do, right? You're supposed to go out there and protect your players. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want your players to get into a situation where you don't want your players to get into a situation where they get thrown out of the game and you're probably down a player when it when it gets to crunch time. And so my whole thing about this is these players are not going to stand for it. As far as people, we're not going to sit there and stand for it. We're not going to. You can't hide it because it's all in plain sight. You can't do you can't do too much because it's in plain sight. So, a lot of people hit, I don't want to say a lot of people, but, my people hit me up. is Miss Brandy, she knows she part of the street team. She hit me up. So she hit me up and she was like, "Have you seen this?" I said, "Yes, I've seen it. I was reading on it and it's sad. It's heartening. It's disheartening. It's heartbreaking. That we have to still go through this same bull crap in the year 2023, and we're about to go into 2024, and we're still having the same issue. We're still having the same bull crap. What was going on? What up, Ashton? Coach Jones, Coach Jones really reminds me of Coach John Thompson, Big John Thompson. He protected his players. He made sure that his players are seen in the light of being well-respected Black men instead of being portrayed of what everybody see, what they want you to see. So he kept that image up. And it's the same thing Coach Jones does with Norfolk State, with his players. Keep the image up. So, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Brandy, the street committee be live. They be live. She tell me, hey, word on the street is, but she'll let me know what's going on. And like you said, that's what, bro, they cannot help to hate or hide. They can't hide it and they can't help it. You know what I'm saying? They can't help it. They can't hide it no more because it's out there now. Because in a sense, Coach Jones don't even go out on the floor like that unless it's something serious. If you watch BA basketball, especially last season, you watch BA basketball, he rarely goes out on that floor unless it's for a timeout. His team come to him. He's talking to an official or something like that. But you rarely see him go out on the floor and damn near lose his mind to make sure that his players are cool and to get his point across. Now let's take it there. EA, come on, let's take it there. Jump on, man. Jump on. I put the link in the chat. Jump on. Let's take it there because we got to take it there because I get tired of seeing this. I get tired of hearing about this. We got to take it there. Nobody's not gonna we're not going to sit there and continue to take all this abuse and punishment from everybody. But when it happened, she hit me up. I was like, you know what? I'm at work. I can't do nothing tonight. I mean, I couldn't do nothing yesterday, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it before I watch the game. So it, to me, it like all this stuff has to be said. And let me see. And everybody's defending Coach Jones. Everybody defending Coach Jones. Everybody been defending the team because it shouldn't have to be like this. So this is the I'm reading from my phone. So this is the reply that Coach Jones had. He says, "I'm not letting anybody call my players a racial slur. Those are my kids, and I will fight for them. We have come too far in society to be called the N-word at a college basketball game." And a lot of us have his support. Everybody have his support. I have his support. And we should have his support. Now, I ain't saying have his support all the way as far as, you cheer for, unless you're a Norfolk State fan. That's cool. But have his support in saying that we agree with what you did to defend your players. So that's the thing that we're getting at right now. I got a I got a tweet from Nick Novi on Twitter at Nick Novi Sports. He's the associate athletic director for Maryland Eastern Shore. So I'm gonna talk to him, see what we got. But this is what he said. He said, "Appreciate the outlook. Uneducated fans are a factor which our student athletes constantly encounter, and our coaches and administrators prepare them for. Disappointing post-game comments from Illinois State regarding justification are the bigger issues here." Now, I want to go to what people was going on. What's going on, Israel? I want to go to what people was really wanted to say on their Instagram. All right. And I'm gonna put you on blast too. Because you need to be put on blast. You need to be put on blast. Dalton Spank Bank 69. Buck Bradley. It's your Twitter handler. Your Twitter handle is, I understand you're Illinois State. You don't like Bradley University. Y'all rivals. All right. Buck Bradley 69. Biggest group of thugs in the nation, led by the biggest dick of a coach in the nation. Too bad half your team and coaching staff will be behind bars before March rolls around. See, people got balls to say like stuff like that on Twitter, but they ain't really got the balls to even back it up when they see you in person. But you know what I'm saying? I digress. Let's continue on. Redbird basketball day. All right. I don't like to curse or trash teams much, but that Norfolk State team was the biggest group of punks I ever seen from a Division I basketball team. How can you, as a coach, believe that is a good way for your team to carry themselves? Coach Jones, you are pathetic. Redbird basketball daily. Okay, let's continue on, y'all. Let's continue. I gotta see it because I don't know how I did this right here. Oh, swagger back. Swagger back. I don't know who named you that. I don't know your mama named you that. But you gotta get these words. All right. Swagger back. His Twitter handle is at Redbirds back. The narrative around the game tonight is bullshit. Nothing racist was said. Six instigated everything with taunts the entire game. Their coach is a piece of shit playing the race card when he doesn't know how to act. And then the last one, that was the last one, but before that, all right. Okay. So this is from Dalton Spanks, the Buck Bradley 69 dude. All right. He goes back, he circles around. I'm tired of people in this world blaming their failures or teams' mistakes on racial oppression. The truth is, most of the time, it's not true. If you want racism to stop, maybe you need to quit talking about it. Regardless of anyone's skin color, it was a bad look on Norfolk State. All right. And then the head coach for the head coach for Illinois State, Coach Pedon, whatever his name is, I'm not gonna butcher it. I don't want to butcher his name, but he gonna get these words. He gonna get these words, y'all. Hold on. Before we get these words, y'all. Shout out to Coach Don Thornton and the Pine Bluff Golden Lions going up to Fayetteville and knocking off Arkansas 74-70, y'all. Again, Coach Thornton goes up to Arkansas, goes up to the flagship school, the University of Arkansas, and beats the Razorbacks 74-70. Good shit, y'all. Good shit. Good shit. Good. But let me see. Steve Peter. Well, I'm gonna go to my boy Stephen Gaither's page. So so I like what Stephen talked about. HBCU game day. That's my guy right there, man. So basically, we go back to what we was talking about. Late in the close physical game, Norfolk State University star guard Jamari Thomas heard a fan call him a racial slur, and he told his head coach Robert Jones. Jones, normally an animated but laid-back coach, charged onto the court to alert the officials, who apparently heard the remark as well. Aha! Side. So the refs heard it just as well. They was already hip to it. But let's carry on. I'm not letting anybody call my players a racial slur. Jones tweeted after the game, "Those are my kids, and I would fight for them. We have come too far in society to be called the N-word at a college basketball game." Illinois State head coach Ryan Pedon took exception to the fact that Jones was expressive with the referees and decided to step in, nearly creating another incident by trying to police a grown man instead of letting the officials do their job. I was so upset he was on the floor, and I was raising hell with the referees. It was never personal towards him, Pedon said. "I'll just leave it at that. I'll take the high road on that." Ironically, Pedon attempted to use his ethnicity as a way to explain his reaction to Jones' reaction of his African-American player being called the N-word. That is apparently what goes for the high road in Normal, Illinois. I'm a competitor, man. I'm an Italian, so sometimes my emotions can get the best of me at times, but I don't apologize for my competitive edge, and that's how I want our teams to play, Pedon continued. It was an interesting juxtaposition by Pedon, who has as many as 8 African-American players on his Illinois State team. That his ethnicity allowed him to try to control the reaction of a black man defending his black player from being the irony of the racial slur being used against him on a team that has a large percentage of African-American players was not lost on Thomas. Thomas transferred to Norfolk State after starting his career at UNC Wilmington. That's how PWI fans really feel about their African-American players, Thomas tweeted after the game. In which he basically scorched these dudes for 31 points in the win. Let's just keep it a buck. In a win. They won the game. He busted their ass for 31 points. Go home, try again. All right. So Thomas' mother, Asia Thomas, praised her son for maintaining his cool despite the ugliness of the crowd. Who we got right here? Oh man, I got my brother Bakari right here. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
Man, look, we talk about this. We talk about Norfolk State.
I know. I saw a live yesterday too.
So I'm gonna continue this. So she said. So his mother praised her son for maintaining his cool despite the ugliness of the crowd. The good Lord knew not to let me be present at this game. That sounds like a mama for real, because that's like my mama be right there. Lord, please don't let me be at this game, because it's gonna be some furniture moving around this mug. Character is everything, she tweeted. "I raised my son right, and I'm proud of him for keeping his composure. He dropped 31 on their heads. They was big mad, proud Spartan mama." That's a clap back right there. That's a clap back right there. So the fans were kicked out of the game. Unfortunately, the attitude and entitlement of fans that sparked the incident will likely never be removed. But the incident itself should speak volumes to any black players recruited by Illinois State University or any other predominantly white institution. Basically what he's saying, but basically with this article right here, which basically that article for HBCU game day that was written perfectly well. I ain't gonna lie to you. We might have some issues when they talk about Colorado. There might be somebody else that do that stuff, but the way that Coach Jones handled the situation to the way that Coach Pedon for Illinois State handled the situation was so opposite of, you know what I'm saying? So opposite of each other, polar opposite. So, what you got? What do you have to say? Or what? Give me your perspective on this whole thing.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? First of all, I'm glad to see that black man stand up, not like that other coach who let his player get his liver lacerated and not go be his friend and tell him God love you. But anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did what a real strong black man is supposed to do. And I appreciate the fact that they finished it out with the victory.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't back down. And I know this don't set well when I say this on a lot of HBCU panels, especially. I'm gonna be honest, I get more a little pushback from swag folk when I say that's why we need to play these people, not just in basketball, in football. Don't care, because see, we think it's just a sport. It's not just a sport. It's not just a game to them. And when you play, it's not just a game, man. This is a fight for the hearts and mind and spirit of our youth who have been taught anything white is better than what you have. So if you don't ever go play them and defeat them and let them know, you got to let them know.
Mm-hmm.
Go to their house and beat them. Stop making excuses. Well, they won't do a home and home. Okay, are they gonna pay me to go to their house? I'm gonna go to their house and beat them.
And if they don't want me to come back, oh well, I got paid.
Then
I got paid, and I beat you, and I beat the brakes off of you. That's how you do it.
Because if we want our talent and our children to come back to us, we got to show we ready to stand up to these folks. This might just be me. Y'all might not. I know it ain't just me, but it might just be me on this panel in this chat that feel this way. But man, we don't understand what WAW is. And when I say WAW, they ain't got to be dropping bombs and shooting guns. They have taken everything through WAW. So now what's the next best thing to do? We gonna keep y'all thinking y'all less than. We gonna have your own people thinking y'all less than. All this, the way this country, the way we have been done, the way HBCUs have been done, all this go together. When you can get black people walking around talking about Colorado is Black America's team, all of this go together. It's how we see us.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to play them and defeat them. We got to be willing to challenge them in everything and defeat them. And I'm gonna tell you something, right? I'm gonna tell you how I get down. Some people didn't like this. Do you remember they claimed the saga or whatever when Angel Reese was not playing at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, when she was out for them 4 games, right?
People asked me about it. I told them I didn't care. You know why I didn't care? She could have been at Jackson State, that's what I prefer, or Norfolk State. 2 HBCUs right now playing and possibly have a chance to run, if not win the championship, at least have a run to the Elite 8, Sweet 16, Elite 8. But she go perform for them. It's not my job to stand for her when they treat her bad. Are they asking, where is she? We think we're doing better when we with them because that's what we're teaching. That's what we're teaching our children at home. That's what society shows, and we fall for it. So then we get in the shell and say, no, I don't want to play. No, we got to defeat them. If we want our youth, if we want the HBCUs, if we want Jackson State to have the glory days that they once had in 2023, we're going to have to defeat them on every level. Because when I see football, when I watch the game, it ain't just a sport. When I see an HBCU versus a HWCU, y'all call them PWIs, it's not just a game. Why is it all our top talent going to play with them? Our people say because they got more. Why do they have more? Everything they got the backs off free labor from us and stole from other people. But we still would rather go and continue to give it to them. Then we complain racism when you would rather be there and rather be here. I'm so proud of that coach for standing up for his players. I'm proud. I'm proud for that coach. I'm glad he was about to get in there behind. I'm glad he had that fire. Now I'm glad it didn't happen because it was about 4,000 of them. But when we ready to get away and don't want to play them and beat them and dominate everything we can dominate in every which way, we got to look in the mirror and say, why don't we want to dominate and why don't we want to control? Now this is just me. And on that, I see somebody just came up. I hear the mic. What's up, Mr. Ford?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
So what you think about this, Mr. Ford?
I just heard a little bit about. I know Coach Jones up in Norfolk, great coach. Came down with another guy who went to Florida International, and that guy left and went to Florida International. And Jones took over the program. They've done well. They had Kyle O'Quinn. I know they beat Missouri one year in the tournament. He's a great coach. We got to remember, man, that racism is at an all-time high in this country, man. You know, I mean, when I saw it on my phone about what had happened, I wasn't shocked. That's where America's at right now.
Yeah. But my whole thing is when you get to the point where you get tired of it, you know. But it's always gonna be some idiot that's gonna be on the sideline saying something. And y'all remember some years back when Marcus Smart went into the stands and confronted the fan?
When he was at Oklahoma State?
We was at Oklahoma State. They played.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Marcus Smart, and Marcus Smart is not a small dude. Marcus Smart is built like a damn linebacker. He got the football mentality, but he played basketball. Dude was getting ready to go up in there and he was getting ready to handle business. And I know where Marcus came from, even though yes, he finished that Flower Mound Marcus, which is a white suburb up here in Dallas, outside of Louisville. He started from Oak Cliff. He from I think it was Lancaster. But it's just the fact that he went into the stands and confronted that guy who said something to him. And I forgot what he got suspended a game. I think he had got suspended a game or something like that. And I felt like in my heart, I'm like, he should have never got suspended because it's going to come to a point where you're going to have another, like somebody just put it up in here, you're going to have another Malice in the Palace type situation. But this ain't no pro. These going to be kids. And kids got more, these kids nowadays got more, they got more dip on their chip. What my granny used to say. When they get up in them stands, like it's not gonna look nice. So the referees heard it. Coach Jones heard it. I don't like the fact that the other head coach, Coach Peter, uses his ethnicity as being Italian. I don't care if you're Italian because hell, if you go back into history, Italians never liked black people. They didn't like black people. What's the point? So you use your ethnicity to weaponize what had happened out there on the floor, where you should have gone. And I'll be honest with you. If he would have took the Greg Popovich road, and y'all remember y'all seen this last week where Pop got on the mic. The Spurs played the Clippers, right?
Right.
So he got on the mic, told the fans to stop booing because Kawhi Leonard was on the floor, and booing is part of the game too. But it was more he heard all the disrespect, like he just heard disrespectful words and everything. So he got on the microphone and told him like, "Hey, stop the booing." So he didn't even use, he didn't use weaponize. He didn't use his ethnicity. He used straight up common sense. And try to diffuse the situation. This guy could have gotten there, instead of getting in Coach Jones' face, because they heard what was said. That player heard what was said. The referee heard what was said. So it should have just been left towards the referee. It should have been talked to by Coach Jones. The referee should have talked to the other head coach. I'd say all would have been forgiven. Throw them knuckleheads out of throw them folks out of the game. Throw them out. And if I'll go one better, just because you use racial epithet and you are banned from coming to any Illinois State game for the rest of the season, or let's just say for life. Because ain't that what the NBA do? They'll kick. Am I right, Mr. Ford Bacard? Ain't that what the NBA do? You get in trouble, like you.
Yeah, they did ban somebody for a long time. But
right.
I'm gonna speak after you. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, but yeah, something like that. Like, hey, you don't want this situation to happen, and you got 8 players on your team that's African American, compared to the whole Norfolk State team, which is an HBCU, which is all comprised of people of our skin color on that team. It could have been handled on his side, could have been handled a better way. I understood where Coach Jones was coming from. I'm going out there to protect my players from being called every word in the book other than his name. I'm not. If you want to meet me in the parking lot, you can meet me in the parking lot after the game. After we beat y'all, we can go in the parking lot and square up. But I'm here to protect my players. I'm here to coach a basketball game. And I yield the floor.
You know something? I'm gonna tell you something, right? When I leave this house and what I tell my kids, everything that was said at the Norfolk State game, be expected to hear. That coach handled it the way white people want to handle it. Don't come to me with that I'm Italian stuff. You're a white dude. And you showed what type of white dude you really are. You're a white dude that's taking up for the white guy that called black people the N-word while you got black people on your team. I'm gonna tell you something. I expect that. I don't get mad at white folks when they do that. I get mad at black people when we accept it. So now I got to look at the parents of the black players on that Illinois State team. I got to look at the parents of those young men. And I got to look at the parents of who telling their children it's okay to go to Illinois State, whether you're just going there academically or not. Just like I look at all them black folks at Alabama sideways, how they call them black folks from Texas the N-word when Texas beat them this year. Man, this ain't nothing new. It's gonna keep happening. You know why it's gonna. You know why.
Texas ain't no better than Alabama because they just as worse.
But you know why it's gonna continue to happen? Because black people think white ice. Now white people got some cold ice, obviously, but we think the ice is colder. I need to go FBS. I need to go Power 5. When is Willie Simmons gonna get upgraded to Power 5? When is an FBS gonna call him? It's either elevation or termination. We think that's better. So why should these people stop treating you a certain way when you don't even respect your damn self? They don't have to respect you because you know what? Illinois State gonna reload on black basketball players next year. They gonna reload on black students going however many they let in there, going in there just for academics. So is Alabama, so is Texas, so is Ole Miss, So is Georgia. So is Tennessee. So is South Carolina, USC, UCLA. All of them. Because we accept it. We accept it. That's why I told my oldest son, well, you can go to that school if you want. But if that's the school you choose, you ask that white coach to take care of you. Don't call and ask me for nothing. And I stood firm on that. I don't accept disrespect. Black people got to stop accepting disrespect. We got to. I hear the mic. I don't mean to run Mr. Ford off. I'm sorry.
I think you probably had a call or something, but I'm Uncle Fed, if you busy, come on up. Come on up. I want your opinion on this too, because I want people's opinion. I want people to come in and give opinions. I want everybody's different opinion about this, because it's starting, it's starting to happen a little bit more when our institutions starting this season started playing more the white mid-majors Power 5 schools. Like, if you seen, like, kind of seen that, like, and then Lord forbid that we come to your house and we take it over and we beat you in your house. Again, shout out to Coach Thornton and the Golden Lions of Arkansas Pine Bluff for going into the house of the flagship school, University of Arkansas, and beating them in their house. I mean, it's just like in football. If we can get with you in football and we beat you in football, you don't want to come up. You're not going to want to play us no more. You're going to take your ball to go home. What up, Unc?
What's going on, man? How are y'all? Shouts out to the panel. Hey, brother Ricard, how are you, man?
I'm going on. I'm great, my brother. How about you?
Man, seen better days, but we here, man.
Shout out to the Black Knights of Army winning the Army Navy game yesterday.
Oh, go Army! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got the dub. I was so happy. I had my Army green on yesterday and everything.
What was your MOS?
When I was enlisted, I was a pencil pusher. I ain't gonna even tell no story. I was a pencil pusher. I worked in personnel. Yeah, I was admin. Yeah, I worked in. Yeah.
People check
Oh,
get
yeah.
that stuff. You telling them we can give you a casual pay.
Yeah, and
I was a cook.
Oh man, 98. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's 92. What is it? 98 Yankee?
No, it's 92 golf now. It was 94 Bravo when I was.
Yeah.
I think it's 90. I think it's 92 golf. I think they changed it. It was 94 Bravo.
Yeah, I was a 75 hotel, and but when I got my commission,
you had manicures and everything. See how fast you can type and all. I'm just clowning, bro.
Oh, look at here. I love that job. And I messed around, went to the unit, went to drill one day, and they said, because I had just graduated, man. I had gone to drill and I saw a little posting. They said 6 weeks and you can become an officer. So I was like, I'm finna go do this. And so when I got back, it wasn't even no slot for me. So I had to I went military intelligence and I was an interrogator. So it wasn't good, it wasn't good, but like I said, go Army forever. But I know I'm kind of late to the party, but I just think it's just very sad for the students, man. This is one more time that a mirror get placed in our face yet again. And it's sad, for those young men, to have to see that, because, scholarship students and, you don't know people's financial situations and things of that nature. And, for the opposing coach to really do that and actually have Black players that's contributing, that's it's sad. It's an eye opener, if you will, And but at this time, it's about the students. We know that it does exist. That was very nasty at that Texas Alabama game that you guys were speaking about earlier. Um, you know, I graduated from Mississippi State as well, and I remember there were times when we were at the games, and they referred to the black players as the Democrats and the white players as the Republicans. I sat through that, that was in the early 2000s.
Mm.
So yeah, it's sickening. You know,
That was
um,
Chrome years, wasn't it?
yeah, it was, it was, it was, it was. I was there. I was actually there. I was actually there when my partner from Jackson, old Fred Smoot, when he actually beat Florida that year. Yeah, I was there. I was there during that time, and
Hmm.
real good friend of mine. But it's just sad, man, in today's climate, man, that we still have to deal with situations, and it saddens my heart because especially when you have young children,
Mm-hmm.
and you always want your child, which is your offspring, to be better than you in all facets, you know. Um, and you don't want your children to have to experience certain things that put them at a financial disadvantage, a living condition disadvantage, a mental health disadvantage, educational disadvantage. You just don't want those type of things, for your offspring. And
Right. Mm-hmm.
shout out to the basketball coach because he handled it like a real dad would handle it. Like, hey, these my kids, and we're not gonna
Yeah.
go for it. So shout out to him for that, man. The only thing we can keep doing is just keep fighting the fight. And like Brother Bakar is saying, it goes on a whole lot, man. If you hear some of these fans, because my being a former referee as well, man. I mean, I've had bottles thrown at me. I've had the N word countless of times. I was called boy by the head ref, which was a white cap. And I mean, I had a white cap thrown at me, for a call because I was one of the people that actually was doing their job out there, and I flagged Nick Saban. And
Hmm.
Nick Saban actually went back to the NCAA. Well, not an NCAA, but we went back to our crew and stated that Sergio Walker would never be, he'll never ref another game, no matter where we at for University of Alabama, just because I was doing my job and was telling him to get back on the sideline. You can't coach on the field of play. That's safety concerns. What if you get hit? Then who fault is going to be? It's going to be mine because I didn't tell you to get out the field. So, well, it would have been mine. But so it's a lot of stuff, man, that we have to look at and we have to pay close attention to because at the end of the day, you can be 21, 22 when you're still in college, you're still a kid, so to speak. You hadn't experienced anything yet, and for them to go through that, it's just it's sad. It's sad, and over a doggone basketball game at that. But you look at it and you say, well, man, it's over a football game. Well, man, it's over a swim meet. Man, it's over a soccer game. Man, it's over this. It's over that. And it's just not right. It's just not right. But I hope the NCAA comes down on that opposing coach. I hope they do. I really, really hope they do.
I like what EA just said, man. He said when he was playing, shoot, the coaches would kick you off the team just for even uttering just said the N
Oh
word
yeah.
to your own
Yeah.
teammate.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I mean, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. And there was a lot of times that when I was on the field of play, that I would warn those gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? These young kids, like, yeah, you 6'4", 350 pounds, but if I hit it and miss again, you out the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call on unsportsmanlike. So he's correct with that. It goes a lot. It does. And I used to tell the black players, I don't want to hear that on no celebration. I don't want to hear that on no big play, because you got to learn how to be. That's the biggest thing. It starts at home. But if you come out in the world, I'm just one of them old school guys that'll check you on that.
Right.
That'll check you on it. So, but yeah, it's right. I mean, I've seen guys get kicked out because of that. Like I said, but it still goes on. Glad I was in a rental car when I went down to Baton Rouge. I never forget that. When they busted them windows out. I'm glad I was in a rental car. But I've seen it. I've seen it a lot and I heard it a lot. But we as a culture, we have to fine tune ourselves, number one, and number two, we have to be mindful that it's still floating around in different ways. But we have to do a self check on ourselves as well.
Right.
To say, you know what, let's try not to place ourselves in situations. Not saying that the young man did, because he didn't. I mean, you look at the replay, he didn't. He was just, he didn't.
Playing ball. He was playing ball.
Yeah, he was playing ball. What the school, gives him a scholarship to do, So, I just hate it. It's very unfortunate. But I do think that there should be some suspensions involved. There should be. There should be some suspensions. And I know, there's Roll Tide fans everywhere. But I've been telling people for years. And I've had people in barbershops and all around arguing me down, saying that Nick Saban is not a racist. Arguing me down and will literally want to fight. And I'm like, that's the biggest racist I've ever seen. Nick Saban. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to understand, that was the same game that he told me not to come back. If you go back and look at when the black sportscaster, that female, I was on the field of play that game when he talked to her like that, because they were down at the half.
Yeah.
And he felt that my call for doing something right was part of him not being able to go forward. Yeah. So, it's just, I've seen it, man. I've seen it. Alabama, you're just a number. You're just a number. And anybody that, that asks me if their kids should go, I always tell them no. I know sometimes I probably shouldn't, because they, them, Ohio State, and a lot of these other ones, they pay top dollar. They do. But as far as the man himself, no. You're just a number. Just trust me on that one. You're just a number.
Hey, can I say something right here? Can I say something right quick?
Wait.
The word number start with an N, but they worse than a number in Alabama. And all them HWCUs, in my opinion. People ask me, I don't tell no kids to go to non-HWCU. They ask me. Hey, I tell them. Because I ask people, when are we gonna stop being for sale? When are we gonna stop being for sale? See, they created a position, they created a situation, and in that situation, they put us in a position. The only way we gonna ever get out of this situation if we start accepting their trinkets. If you go through history, you'll find people say Africans sold Africans, and that's yes and no. It's not that. It's just not that simple. But what is a fact about the ones that was showing, they accepted trinkets. Let me get a gun. See, when we gonna stop? When I hear people talking about, the facilities, another white people trinket. When are we gonna stop accepting their trinkets and say, you know what? We gonna stay here and rock out and we gonna build ourselves up. We will never be built up if we keep accepting, yeah, you should go to that school right there because it's bigger. Now, I'm saying how I think. I ain't telling nobody they wrong for what they say, but we can't build ourselves up. Just like J.R. Smith told Brandon Marshall on that I Am Athlete interview, when Brandon Marshall said, but you know, he say PWI, I say HWCU. When the HWCU said, when he said, but you know, they have all the facilities, they have everything you need. And J.R. Smith looked at him and said, yeah, because you went there. And other people like you went there. If you didn't go there, if all y'all had gone to an HBCU, you don't think those people would be there with the money, with the cameras at the HBCU? All of our top talent come from high school or what is supposed to be the top talent.
Yeah.
Leave and go elsewhere. Now, brother on the chat, he said it was a sad situation yesterday. Yes, it was. And it's sorry you had to go through that. The way Norfolk State stood up like a black man. Coach, I like that. The team, nobody back down. What is sadder for me is those black players on that team with that coach.
Yep.
Now, you can only imagine what yes, you can only imagine what they've been going through in practice.
You can imagine what they're thinking now.
But I can tell them right now, if any of them listen, there's a whole lot of HBCUs that will accept y'all. There's a whole lot of HBCUs. Put your name in the transfer portal. There's a whole lot of HBCUs that will bring you in, embrace you, and you're going to get love, respect, and appreciation.
And I'm going to tell you something else, Brother Ricardo, because I was watching that Houston and Jackson State game yesterday. And that commentator, he let the cat out the bag. He said, yeah, Jackson State doesn't have the same kind of athletes, but they got an NBA kind of coach for them. So all these young players, I'm not saying it's being pro JSU. I'm not saying this, but you may want to come play for Coach Mo Williams. You may want to do that. You may want to rethink. You may want to put that in your hardware. You may want to think about that because that's a guy that's been in the league forever. This man was an all-star. He was on a championship team as well. Well, he didn't win the championship, but they won
a championship with him on that second when he got sick that year.
Oh, he did. Okay,
he got sick that year is the reason he didn't play in the playoffs. But yeah, he was on the team that year and he got sick.
Yeah. So these young cats might want to think about that. You may want these females, you may want to think about coming and play for Don Thornton and Tamika Reed. You better really, really think about that. You need to put then that coach up there at Norfolk Women's. You better think about it. You better think about it. You better consider it because you can still go. Because what a lot of these guys don't understand is when some of these guys from the SWAC and MEAC actually make it to the league, and like some of these D2 schools like Valdosta State, and they make it to the league, and they actually get on the field of play. And once they make these teams, they actually contribute. So it's not where you're going because if you get it, we got an old saying: if you give a SWAC a chance, we gonna be your ring leaders. I mean, look at Moore from Valdosta State, play for the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Valdosta State. Wasn't even playing cornerback the whole time. So you might want to you want to look at stuff. Look at Armstead. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Hell, if you want to go recent, look at Marquise Bell.
Look at Zay Smith. Look at Kobe Durant.
Yeah. Like these boys, they cause some damage. I'm talking about they coming in and think about the players I just named. Think about their facilities. Think about it. Not trying to down talk, not trying to talk against, but just think about their facilities, young kids. They don't have nowhere where you can go play video games unless they plug it in themselves and bring their own TV. So yeah, you have these $180 million field houses and facilities and all this type of stuff. That's just to pull them in. That's just to pull them in. But believe you me, because just like that phony down there in Tuscaloosa, you just a number. You're just a number. I'm telling you. Because and like I said, even with Milrose, that should have shown Alabama fans right there. He had one bad game and got pulled, and he is the only reason right now that Alabama is in that playoff. He's the only reason. I can't think of nobody else on their team. Everybody else, I mean, they got a couple, good guys on defense. I like the Downs kid, but Milrose is that guy. But you benched him, though. We go back again. You just a number. You're just a number. And it's sad, but, I just, like I said, going back to those young men, I just pray and hope that, their mental health is good, because that's a lot to digest, especially on a national stage like that. And, of course, social media is not going to make it any better. Because Twitter is on fire, the Facebook is on fire, the Instagram, all that stuff is on fire right now, with that, and like I said, just really hope that those young men, mental health, and then just also for the young man that's on the other team as well, as far as their mental health, knowing that how their coach really, really feels.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing, to hear someone speak, but it's another thing to see somebody how they really feel about you. And that can be very disheartening. You mean to tell me I'm running suicides and all this stuff, and I'm running 3-4 miles a day, and I'm going through dribbling drill, rebound drills, all this other stuff, and this is what this coach really, really thinks of me?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to pray for those young men as well, to hope that they don't have, any, issues, from this day forward, concerning that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Coach Thornton. She just hit me back up on Twitter. Asked her to come on the show. Let me know when she ready and free. So let me see what she say.
Hey Doc, the coach
what's
say
that?
the coach say he Italian, right?
Yeah, he said he Italian.
Okay, this
And I said in history, I said you go back to history, black folks and Italians don't like each other. They didn't like the Italians don't like black people. You could go all the way back towards World War II. I'm just saying, it's a proven fact. It's proven.
You can
black
go
and
back to
Italian.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and step off, man, but I'm gonna be in the chat, man. Thank you for inviting me up, though.
All right.
I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna step down too. But go back to, you could just Google in Bensonhurst, New York. That's a section of Brooklyn. When them Italians beat a black dude to death with baseball bats for being the N-word and in the wrong neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just walking to go somewhere. So my thing is, right? See, I'm gonna go back to the same thing because I want folks to understand. It's more than just football. To those, we have to start seeing it as more than just football, especially if we want our youth to come and be with us. We have to start. It's more than a sport. See, we forgot how long we've been under attack in this country because they figured out a way to trick somebody to try to tell you you're comfortable, right? It's okay because they got a LeBron James. It's okay because you got a Jay-Z. It's okay because we got a few black people that we'll put on a pedestal for y'all, like the dude down in Colorado. We'll put him on a pedestal for y'all, and he would be the representation of blackness. But we forgot about Walt. But then the same folks that they give that pedestals to, that same person that they give that pedestal to is the same person they know they can control. It's the same person they know they can have somebody on the opposing team hit your player with an illegal lick, lacerate his liver, and you figure out a way to tell the player whose liver has been lacerated, don't fight, don't do this, go be friendly. Y'all go hang out, go eat lunch and dinner, go play on the teeter-totter together. That's what, see, those are the type of people that they want people that's going to forget. They want people that they can easily buy. I know people, but look how much money. Okay. They want people when you see those black players on that team complaining about getting so many parking tickets. All you got to do is read the articles. You can tell these people are being targeted.
Mm-hmm.
But they want somebody who ain't going to say nothing. That's the price that's the price of fame. It's I don't know if you listen to rap music or not, but I listen to a guy named Big Crit. I don't know who that is.
I know Crit.
Go listen to Big Crit's song, The Price of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
He made his song when he left Death Row, when he bought his way out of his Death Row contract. Listen to what you can't always be for sale. I can't always go. Jackson State, they put on there, the coach, he put on Twitter, come, we got the top weight room in FCS. We got 16 racks. Jackson State got 16 racks. Why do I need to go to a HWCU? Because they got 50 racks. Ain't none of the facilities gonna make you better. The facilities don't make you a better player.
You make you a better player.
Jerry Rice went to Valley State, still the greatest wide receiver of all time. Walter Payton went to Jackson State, gonna still be best running back all time. But we forget about that because we don't teach our children about our ancestors and the thing that they do. We don't teach them about our elders. We don't let them, because when you tell them now, oh, that was then. The only reason it's not now is because the guy quarterback at Alabama chose to go to Alabama instead of Alabama State and Alabama A&M.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason, because those Travis Henry chose to go to Alabama instead of FAMU or Bethune-Cookman. That's the only reason it's not now.
I feel you.
It's EA, it's work we got to do. I'm gonna tell you something. I said on this YouTube and talk, I stand out in the streets and talk, and a lot of time, I ain't gonna say a lot of time. I can say all the time because like 98% of the time, the same stuff I talk about here is the same stuff I talk about out there. This is what I do. That's what we got to do. We got to get out there in the streets. We got to be able to talk to we have to be able to talk to our youth. Just how can we get them to come back? We got to be able to talk to them. We have to stop being afraid of them. We have to understand what they're going through. And we can't always tell them that they are wrong for what they are doing. We have to respect the youth the way we want them to respect us so we can have a real conversation, a real moment of teaching so you can bring them back. So once you teach them, now you can show them. That's how we bring them back. Yeah, Derek in around here. Who I said? Who did I say Derek in?
You said Travis Henry. Travis Henry went to Tennessee.
Well, whoever. I know it was a Henry.
I know you talking about. I know you talking. No, you good.
My bad. You should have corrected me, Doc.
Oh,
well,
man,
look at that.
He
went to Tennessee and didn't go to Tennessee State.
You was in the zone.
I'm just saying.
You know when you talk, I don't really say too much because when you talk, you be in the zone, and I'll be want to let you get your point across, man. But you know, my whole thing is the fact that when you look at all this, at the end of the day, you still lost the game, and now it's more of an embarrassment on your program because of the simple fact that this is what is associated with your program. This is what's associated with you. So instead of like I said, instead of admonishing the folks that was in the stands saying the words, you go and you try to admonish the other head coach, and you basically you pretty much try to belittle this man to pretty much look to nothing. But he stood firm And he stood on business. He stood 10 toes down and said, I'm going to protect my kids at all costs. At all costs. That's what, in fact, that is what a father does. That's what a father does. If my girls was I understand my girls, one is grown, the other is 8, one stay with my ex-wife and everything. But if my girl was living with me right now and something happened, my whole instinct is to protect my kids. You probably gonna have to give me some bail money. Probably gonna have to come get me down from Lou Sterrett because it's gonna. Somebody gonna either gonna end up at Parkland Hospital or somebody gonna be in the body bag. But one way or the other, my kids are going to be protected. That's what we saw yesterday. That man went out there and protected his kids. That man is pretty much. I'm gonna be honest with you. That man is pretty much the modern day John Thompson, Big John Thompson from Georgetown. You know, he's like that. He was like that. Like when Iverson, it's crazy because when Allen Iverson got to Georgetown and people called him a thug, they called him every name in the book instead of the child of God. Big John Thompson was out there protecting him, making sure that all he got to do is focus on going to school and playing ball. That's it. Like even with, let's just say, I'm gonna be on. Let's say like this. Even when we went with Jackson State, we went to go play Texas State. Y'all know it was a hostile crowd in San Marcos. They not even like that. Hey, what's going on, sis? They not even like that. But as soon as they found out they were playing the HBCU, they showed their true colors. TC went out there. He basically kept his cool and made sure that his kids were safe and secure and good on the sideline, on that field. So my like I said, we talked, the car just said this. I think you're ready to go dead. Yeah, I might hear some buzzing a little bit, but I think you're ready to go dead. So I get charged something. But it just said, now this goes on to the point of the kids that was there. That was there. Especially on the opposing basketball team. On the opposing team, there's 8 players that look just like me. You ain't saying nothing but a word, EA. Said, number one, fathers that get our asses back in the home or in our children's lives. No excuses. Prime told you the thoughts of coaches that is more sinister with white coaches regarding single mother homes. I mean, you speaking the truth. You speaking the truth. So, guess what? If you're a basketball player and you watch that game and you seen how a coach like Robert Jones stood up for his players, and you want that same type of coaching and that same type of love that you would get from a coach like a Coach Jones, like a Coach Taylor, like a Coach Moe, even like a shotgun, like Coach Willie Simmons over at FAMU, Coach Trey Oliver at North Carolina Central, now over at South Carolina State, Coach Chennis Berry, Coach Bubba McDowell at Prairie View. Coach Fred over at Alcorn, it's time for y'all to come home. It's time for y'all to come home. And for those that thought that I was gonna let you slide, not today. So if you see this right here, make sure you hit these people up and give them a piece of your mind and let them know how you feel about what they're saying. You know, oh, the biggest bunch of thugs, the biggest group of thugs in the nation. I beg to differ. This man ain't been nowhere outside of Normal, Illinois. Just think, the name of the town is Normal, where the school is located. Normal. I don't think anything normal is over there. Led by the biggest, yeah. And let's just say, if he schedule you again in Norfolk at the Scope and beat you again, what you say about it now? What you say about it now? Talking about the team, half the team and the staff gonna be in jail before March rolls around. Y'all know that clip. Y'all know the song, No Vaseline. This is what they think about you. This is what they think about you right here. Again. I'm tired of people in this world blaming their failures on or a team's mistakes on racial oppression. The truth is, most of the time, it's not true. If you want racism to stop, maybe you need to quit talking about it, regardless of anyone's skin color. It was a bad look on NSU. How about y'all take a inkling of responsibility and accountability and say, man, this shit was on us. Take some sort of accountability and say this shit was on us. Or the last one. Red Bird Basketball Daily. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to frequent these little pages right here and give them a piece of your mind. I don't like the curse of trash teams much, but the Norfolk State team was the biggest group of punks I've ever seen in my life from a Division I standpoint. How can you as a coach believe that is a good way for your team to carry themselves? Coach Jones, you are pathetic. I just want to go ahead and have my tea and crumpets. Get my tartar. Last one. Swag season back. I don't know if you can see it, but Swagger back. At Redbird's back. Y'all go frequent this. The narrative around the game tonight is bullshit. It's bullshit. Nothing racist was said. 6 instigated everything but taunts the entire game. The coach is a piece of shit playing the race card when he doesn't know how to act. How about y'all shut up and win? How about y'all shut up and win? Just shut up and win. So if y'all seen that, y'all go frequent these players, frequent these pages, frequent they they profile. Something. Hey, come on. Yeah. And if you really want to hurt them in their pockets. If I'm a black student at Illinois State, I wouldn't have nothing to do with them folks. So, man, it's pretty much what we got going on. That's what's going on in these days. Well, we always got to be thugs. Yeah, why we always got to be thugs? Why we got to be thugs? Why do my skin complexion consider myself to be a thug? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna shut this thing on down. As always, man, I don't know if my guy Merch is still in the chat, but if he is, y'all make sure y'all check out shopmerchsports.com. Go ahead and get into the Black College Football Fan Club experience. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get into the Black College Football Fan Club experience, the collection. Got the shirts, we got the hoodies, basically to designed to show support and give respect to the rich history and tradition of Black college football. As you already know, the best college players had to play at HBCUs before integration. But also check out all the other things they got. And if you're a FAMU Rattler that's going to the Celebration Bowl this weekend, make sure you get your Back to Brag shirts. Also, make sure you kind of frequent. He is the guy that gave us the standard hoodies and the Blue Blossom Classic t-shirts. This is my guy Merch Pack, as always. Go to shopmerchsports.com. Merch for the sports enthusiasts. And that is my new sponsor for the show, y'all. But other than that, man, like I said, shout out to Dawn Thornton and them Golden Lions from Pine Bluff for winning today against Arkansas 74-70. Shout out to Jackson State men's basketball for hanging in there tough yesterday against University of Houston, against number 3 ranked University of Houston yesterday. We held it in the second half, and then they pulled away. Basically 89-55. Houston goes on to win the game. Men's basketball, Pine Bluff did go to UConn, lose against UConn 101-63. FAMU beats Lemoyne Owens 108-78. Bethune took on South Carolina State, winning 80-71. I'll give Mr. Ford back up in here. Georgia Tech defeated Alabama A&M 70-49, and Southern beat Southeast Louisiana 69-44 yesterday. That's on the men's side. On the women's side, let me check on the women's side what we got. Yesterday, Oregon State defeats Jackson State women 78-58. Bethune wins big over Warner University 85-47. North Texas took care of Alcorn 84-50. And Southern beats Louisiana Christian 101-45. This is women's. And then again today, Pine Bluff took on Arkansas, beating Arkansas 74-70, this is a good Arkansas team. They only had 2 losses coming into this game, going up against 8 wins, so that was a good matchup right there. Alabama A&M women taking on South Carolina State, beating them by 18, 62-44, and TCU obliterating Prairie View women's 85-41. Well, Mr. Ford, what you got going on?
Hey, I was down there watching the 49ers in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
And, I love watching that's Shanahan. I love his offense coordination. I always learn a lot from watching him.
Okay.
Yeah. I got cut out on the Jones, what you was talking about, Norfolk State. That guy's one of our better coaches in HBCU basketball.
Oh yeah.
That guy's really good, man. Yeah.
By far.
Yeah. But now, I know you've been to Illinois now, outside of Chicago now. You know what we talking about, right?
Oh, number straight up grass and cornfields.
There you go, baby. And you know what kind of attitude they got.
Oh, yeah. They let the word revolve around them.
That's right. And basically, even though Illinois is called a Democratic state, that's because of Chicago. That's not the rest of the state now. That's Chicago. That's Cook County. So, like I told you earlier, I wasn't shocked or surprised about what they was talking about and what had happened. Because Illinois State has had problems before, other racial problems before this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've had some other problems. Yeah. But I'm waiting to see who Southern's going to get. I'm waiting to see who Texas Southern is going to get, who is Grambling going to get. And I still say this. Roman Banks destroyed that Southern program. He came in with them 2 coaches. Please don't allow him to pick the next coach at Southern. Please don't.
So I got something to say about Grambling and their search committee.
Right.
So let me see. Get to my street committee. Okay, so the list. So this is the head football coach search committee. The members that are on there. So Dr. Bobby Burks, who's a faculty athletic representative. So he's one. Miles Crawley, the quarterback. Javon Carter, played on defense. Coach Nakia Hall, who's the head softball coach. Edwin Mason, who is an alumni representative. Dr. Rudolph Ellis, who's the vice president for student affairs, and Randy Himes.
Yeah, I know Randy.
And then special advisors to the committee, Doug Williams and James Shack Harris. So this is my whole thing, Mr. Ford. Now, I like the list. All right. I like the members that are on this list. Now, the 2 people that don't need to be on there that has too much influence and power would be Doug Williams and Shaq Harris. And I understand the reason why they are on there, because they are alums of the school and they are pretty much one of the more famous alums because of their ties in the NFL and what they did. But I can't sit here and say I'm good with the list, but I would, with them 2, I would have to tell them, hey, don't overstep your boundaries. Let us go in and find the coach that we need to find, vet them out, If there is questions that you need to ask, then you jump in and ask them. But other than that, we don't put your 2 cents in, because they had too much, especially Doug Williams. He had too much hold on the program when you're also in the NFL running, what I'm saying, an NFL team, or in the in the office just doing something else. So my thing about this is when it comes down to it, it's like, do I want them to do this? I mean, they need a coach, because early signing day is coming up real soon. Early signing day is coming up real soon. I understand John Simon is trying to keep those recruits intact. He's always trying to recruit that his football team because of some of the kids that jumped into the portal. But I just wouldn't have Doug Williams and Shaq Harris as the special advisor. I would have to have somebody else.
Well, let me say this. When you talk about Doug Williams, a beloved Doug Williams, a beloved Shaq Harris, that's the guys that gonna pick the coach. I'm gonna tell you from my time at that school, I met Doug, I met Shaq. They're a direct connection to the old school. It go without saying, they were two outstanding All-Americans for Coach Eddie Robinson. That's who's gonna pick the coach. They gonna pick him. And whatever they say, that's what's gonna go. And be honest with you, that's what their alums gonna want. Now, I haven't been to Grambling in a while, but I can tell you how they thinking. They gonna want Shaq and Doug to pick the coach.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see them getting a guy and Doug and Shaq is against them. I can't see that. No, I can't. I might be wrong, but I don't see that. So those two right there, they two alpha males in the room. Whatever they say, that's what's gonna go. Because I heard you calling out different people on that. Some of them folk. Let me see now. I know Randy Hines.
Yeah.
You called out the softball coach. What was that name again?
Nakia Hall.
Okay, I don't know her.
Edwin Mason, who's an alumni representative.
Okay.
Dr. Rudolph Ellis, who's a vice president of student affairs.
Listen, it's gonna be a rubber stamp. Whoever. Now, to me, I would go with Doug and with Doug and Shaq. I say this: they probably are going to look at Mickey Joseph. I think he would be one, but I'm gonna say this too: with them two right there, Ed Reed's gonna get a shot. I'm serious; he gonna get a shot. I'm serious; he gonna get a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gonna get a shot.
I mean, and if he get a shot, I'm gonna be honest with you. If he's changed, I'm gonna say he's calmed down or stuff like that, because he, like I said before, he when he played on emotion, he played on grit, he played on heart and stuff like that. It's good to show emotion. It's bad to show it in the light, a negative light, to where you damn near destroy the reputation of a whole school.
Right.
But if you get a shot, you get a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, because they had too much power. Even when Hugh Jackson wanted to hire Art Browse, and like, no, we don't need to. No, let him, because Hugh Jackson is the person that is running the program. Let Hugh run the program. You know what I'm saying? Like, Doug Williams, you had your chance. You had 2 times, to be exact, to run the program. Don't get me wrong. The first time you ran the program, shoot, everybody in the SWAC was scared of you.
They were rolling.
They were rolling. Y'all rolling. They were scared of you. And then when you left, you brought in who was that? Melvin Spears. Then
Yes,
Broadway
country.
came. Yeah. Then Broadway came in and did it again. Did his thing. And then you came back again. And this time you couldn't put that same energy in there. You put your son in there. You played volleyball. And a lot of people had issues about that. And then they let you go. And and Roger Fires came in. You know, he did what he did. So,
And
what you got, Chuck?
oh yeah, you. I'm just chiming in with you all talking about it having to come, and that was a great thing you did talking about Norfolk State, Illinois State situation. I watched it this morning. Uh, when had seen that you were talking about on this show, I went and looked at the video. It's very alarming. Here we are in 2023, still dealing with that. I'm not gonna take you off subject, but also I'm ease on over to talking about John Simon. Yesterday he was at the we just finished up the state football championships down in New Orleans at the Caesar Superdome. And
Mm-hmm.
his son's team won the state championship. Calvary Baptist out of Shreveport. His son ended up getting the MVP. James Simon. Yeah, that young man is tough. Yeah, he was there, and also Simon's down. He's a graduate of Southern Lab. That's Southern University Laboratory High School. He played on the '97 state championship team under Gerald Kimball, former Southern coach. At he was on that team. And, he played at Louisiana Tech, and I think I was hearing. I think his son committed to Louisiana Tech, his alma mater. If I stand corrected. Yeah, but Simon and some of the Grambling coaches were down there. You see, they have some of the coaches are down there scouting. I just wonder how is this going to work out. Look at they had a lot of talent down there. And by the way, Ruston High won the state championship. Ruston, Union Parish, and Oak Grove out of my area won state. And I'm just looking at all that talent that's down there. And as one just transfer portal NIL, I asked a guy yesterday on his radio show. I wonder how this going how all this is going to play in now because we're in a different type of football now. High school and college. You don't have those relationships anymore. Things are done. Things are done so easily now for those players where they enter the transfer portal, and like they kind of overlook the high school talent out there.
Okay. So yeah, man. I just want to figure out who they're gonna get because that early signing day is coming up soon, and they need to
I
get
agree with
somebody.
you. Yeah.
And this is what I don't like. This is why I didn't like. You sign off on the Art Browns hire. Hugh Jackson signed off on the Art Browns hire, and then you backtrack and say it was on Hugh Jackson, and it's like in a sense he could never recover from that.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, it was a mess soap opera in my area when that was going on.
So I mean, we just have to see. But I'm getting ready to roll up off of here because I'm ready to watch some football. I'm ready for the Cowboy game.
Same here.
On.
Same here.
And I gotta finish cleaning up and stuff like that. But other than that, y'all, I appreciate you, Mr. Ford, Bakari, Uncle Sid, y'all coming on here today and gracing the channel and stuff like that. I think let me see where we at right now.
Hey, Doc, before you go.
Before
you go, there's a young man. He was the MVP of the state championship game out of Ruston High School. Black quarterback named Josh Brantley. He was the MVP. He's a real deal. He plays. He reminded me of Lamar Jackson the way he played. I think he scored about 3 touchdowns by himself yesterday in the game. He beat Zachary High out of Zachary, Louisiana. That's Doug Williams' hometown. And I just keep an eye on Josh Brantley. He like I say he's a junior.
Okay. All right.
End it there. All right.
You have a good one, man.
All right. You take care.
But we got some stuff going on. But other than that, y'all, look, I I'm 2 subscribers away from 2,000, y'all. So I need to find 2 subscribers. Anybody want to subscribe to the channel? Subscribe to the channel. I'm 2 subscribers away. Other than that, we'll be back on this thing more likely probably tomorrow. But I will be on here Tuesday evening. We're going to continue what Scotty, did for his show. We're going to continue the deep dive into the football program known as the Virginia University Lynchburg Dragons. And what is going on there and how the kids are surviving this just being in this terrible situation right now. But we will be on here Tuesday. I will have somebody from the VUL that was at VUL this past season to come on the show. Also, be on the lookout. Like I said, with Coach Thornton, I'll probably have Coach Thornton on the show again. I don't know if it's this week, but be on the lookout for that. Also, I've been in talks with Marcus Riley from Florida A&M. I'm gonna try to get him on the show. So try to get him in this week. Let me see. Just hit up DJ Stevens yesterday. Haven't got word back from him yet, but I'm gonna give him time. He did just graduate on Friday. Trying to get the Sayers back on here. Sayers is pretty much one of my repeat guests on here. So probably get him on. Try to get him on here this week. Shout out to him for graduating. Shout out to Evan Henry, DJ Stevens, JD Martin. I'll try to figure out all the players that did graduate Friday for fall graduation. Other than that, we still got the Florida Beach Bowl this week. Fort Valley versus Johnson C. Smith. We got Celebration Bowl talks this week. We got to cover the Celebration Bowl this week. Get all the players to know, coaches to know where to find the good eateries in Atlanta, the day parties in Atlanta, just everything that's going to be Celebration Bowl week. All right. Just because my school ain't there, I'm still gonna cover this. I'm still gonna cover the bowl. Other than that, also shout out to the 3 Dallas schools that made it to the state finals again this season. Duncanville going to for 6A Division I, going to the state final for the 5th time since 2018. DeSoto is making another run at a state title this season for 6A Division II. And again, South Oak Cliff going actually for the 3-peat in 5A Division II, y'all. So we got a lot of football to cover this year, y'all, this weekend. But other than that, man, we are out of this thing. Gotta hurry up, give you some drink so I can watch the Cowboys game. Go ahead, like I said, hit up Shop Merch, shopmerchsports.com. Get all your stuff. Get it for you Rattlers. Get your Florida A&M. Get your Back to Bragg shirts. Merch sports for the enthusiasts. All right. So I'll be working on getting the actual commercial for this so I can have it play when I start the show, or at the beginning or the middle or the end of the show. That's it. But as always, man, this has been HBCU Tonight. This is a late afternoon special. In conjunction with HBCU Overdrive. Make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit your notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. I am your boy, Doc Holliday. I am the voice of HBCU culture. This is where HBCUs matter. We are out this thing, but remember always be blessed, stay safe, hug your loved ones. The one day they here, next day they gone. And we'll be back on this thing either tomorrow or Tuesday, but definitely on Tuesday. Peace.